TNCA team, I want to thank you all for joining us as we unpack some exciting details about the upcoming season. Tonight, we will be unveiling our annual calendar, introducing our valued sponsor, recognizing our advisors, revealing our winning trophy, and also bringing you updates about the most anticipated TNCA T20 League, powered by On Track Tasmania and presented by Grace International Education and Visa Services. So without any further ado, let's start the program. I want to begin this program with a country acknowledgement. I acknowledge and pay my respect to the Tasmanian Aboriginal people as the traditional and original owners and continuing custodians of this land on which we gather today. I pay my respect to the elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all the Tasmanian Aboriginal people. Now, I want to take a moment to acknowledge our special guests who have joined us today. First of all, it's our honor to have Mr. Paul Taylor, Community Cricket Manager, South at Cricket Tasmania. Can I please request Sanvi to felicitate our guest with Khada? Similarly, we have Dr. Mohammed Qureshi, Match Official Recruitment and Education Support for Cricket Tasmania, and ICC Empire Master Educator. Sanvi is the participant from Junior Blast.
It's my honor. It's my honor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Next up, we have President of Tasmanian Cricket Umpires and Scorers Association, Mr. Simon Hicks. Similarly, representing NBA, our President, Mr. Umesh Century, is here as well. Now I will take a moment to recognize our remarkable sponsors because without them this wouldn't be possible. Their support goes beyond financial contribution. It reflects their vision and mission, their belief in our vision and mission, and also in the power of bringing sports and bringing our community together. So please join me in acknowledging our sponsors. First of all, our title sponsor for the season is Grace International Education and Migration Services Tasmania. Led by Mr. Brighton and Raskina Adhikari, Grace International is one of the leading education and migration service provider here in Tasmania. Similarly, our platinum sponsor for the season is On Track Tasmania. Led by Dr. Nicholas Thomas, On Track Tasmania is a registered NDIS provider based in southern Tasmania, established with the mission of empowering individuals with disabilities and mental illness to lead a fulfilling and meaningful lives. Similarly, our gold sponsor, we have 3 gold sponsors for this season. First of all, we have Moonlight Nepalese and Indian Grocery Store, led by Mr. Doer Rajpatrai. Similarly, Intact Migration Services, led by Ms. Poonam Panta. And last but not the least, Broker Web Mortgage Services, led by Mr. Suresh Khatiola. Similarly, our first partner for the season is Penny Royal College. Our finance partner is Aussie Finance and Home Loans. Trophy partner, Trophy Cabinet. Food partner, Taza Foods. Corporate partner, The Chowk. Our media partner, TVC Hobart. Our live streaming partner is Exotic Lane, managed by Piyush Joshi and Abhishek Joshi. Similarly, we have 5 corporate partners. We've got Chowk, we've got Expert Migration, Education and Visa Services, we've got Chili's Indian Restaurant, Buddha Asian Groceries Private Limited, and Agri Label Solution Private Limited. Now, to officially welcome you all, I want to invite our TNCA Secretary, Mr. Prasad Dhakar, to deliver a welcome speech.
Thank you, Poonam. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to the official launch of this season 24-25 of Tasmanian Nepalese Cricket Association. I am Prasad Dhakar, Secretary of TNCA. As we kick off this another promising season. I want to welcome to all our special guests who is available here, to all the players, mentors, officials, advisors, sponsors, and of course, our passionate supporters, who is always our backbone to each and every project that we have been doing. Every season brings new challenges, excitement, and opportunities for growth both on and off the field. So, our aim is always to foster excellence and sportsmanship with harmony, making TNCA a pillar of talent and community in the cricket. This season, we are excited to see new faces along with the previous season players, and I believe they will guide them as well under them, and they will make a benchmark for next generations. So let's make this season memorable, not just with the performance, but also with the spirit and unity that the cricket brings. So thank you all. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Prasul. Now it's time to unveil our TNCA 24-25 calendar. This year is going to be one of our most exciting and impactful year to date. We recently concluded our inaugural Tasmanian Nepalese Premier League, which was a great success and historic milestone for us as well. So with the momentum from this achievement, we are aiming to go even bigger and better. We have provided you with printed copies of so for this season, we are set to launch our first ever Grace TNCA Tasmania. This will feature participation from 7 associate cricket clubs. Our program coordinator, Mr. Vikas Serai, will provide further details on this shortly. We are also continuing with our grassroots cricket development initiatives. This includes Junior Blast, Cricket for All Abilities, and Women's Cricket, which is going to start from 23rd of November, and it will run every Saturday from 5 p.m. onwards. Our registration is open, so if you haven't already, please register, and also encourage everyone around you to register as well. This year, we are also introducing a player development initiative with our TNCA Grant Assistance Program. As a part of this initiative, we will provide cricket kits to aspiring cricketers in Tasmania to support and encourage their talent. For this year, this grant is exclusively available to new students who are studying at University of Tasmania, and we will share the registration link for this in the coming weeks. At TNCA, we are not just about cricket. For the purpose of giving back to the community, we will be organizing a blood donation drive in collaboration with Red Cross Australia in the coming year as well. So we'll definitely need all of your support in making this year a most memorable one. Now, one of the most valuable pillars of TNCA is unique experience, expertise, and it's the honor to have with us. So join me in welcoming our 5 advisors. First of all, I want to welcome Dr. Mohammed Qureshi as our advisor. Dr. Qureshi is the match official recruitment and education support, as I mentioned previously, and we are truly grateful to have him with us, and we are certain that his expertise will help us in achieving TNCA goal in the coming season. Similarly, we have Mr. Prakash Supreti as one of our other advisors. Mr. Supreti is the founding president of TNCA and a true leader who has contributed so much to the cricketing fraternity here in Tasmania. Next up, we have Ms. Poonam Panta, from being the founding public service officer of TNCA to being a past president of TNCA. Ms. Poonam Panta is a true inspiration for so many people through her involvement in community initiatives. Similarly, our other advisor, Mr. Babu Nupani. Mr. Nupani is the former president of TNCA, whose leadership and dedication continues to inspire us. And last but not the least, we have Mr. Dev Paudel, who is the first CTPL umpire for Cricket Tasmania from Nepal diaspora. Mr. Dev Paudel brings wealth of knowledge and passion for the game. So, can I introduce advisor Mohammed Qureshi to now, I would like to request Mr. Paul Taylor to share some few words.
First of all, I just would like to say thank you so much for the invitation and the opportunity to be here, the opportunity to speak and say a few words to the group. Again, I guess, following on from the Premier League Grand Final and the great event down at Cricket Tasmania, I guess it's another really strong indication here today of just the degree of professionalism, effort, passion, commitment that the TNCA puts into everything it does. To have a launch like this, for the launch to be streamed, no doubt to thousands of viewers overseas and abroad, really fantastic. And from our perspective as Cricket Tasmania, we're all about seeing more. It's great to see the efforts that the association goes to provide people with the opportunity to play the game they love, to get out there and to do it in such a great way. And as we said here before, it's not all about the performance, it's about I love that sentiment. I really enjoy being around this group, and I thank you again. Thank you. Best of luck for the season ahead.
Now, may I please request our advisor, Mr. Mohammed Qureshi, to share some few words.
I think I'm loud enough, so I'll just keep the mic here. Okay. And I haven't prepared anything, so I'll just say whatever comes to my heart. Guys, thank you so much for the opportunity, and it's really an honor to be part of this wonderful association and play my part and contribution. Who are the captains here? Just want to have a quick word with the captains. All right. Okay. Guys, just one thing. The responsibility, when we talk about spirit of the game and all that, it lies with you guys. So you're responsible for, managing your players and behaviors. We are there to support you. We are there to guide you. But the onus is with you guys. So when we talk about spirit of cricket, people ask, it's all about respect. It's not just respecting your opponents or umpires. It's your own teammates. Because a lot of times we see people giving a lot of garbage to their own players. That's not cricket. Play hard but play fair. That's one thing. I'll promise you one thing about umpires, because coming from that back, it's quite talking to cricketers, because they always like, oh, umpire got that one wrong or this wrong. Yes, we humans, right? The day you guys will stop bowling bad deliveries, bad shots, dropping catches, I guarantee you umpires will not make any mistakes, right? Promise, right? So we improve in that area, and we'll improve our area. So, but yeah, we are humans. As you guys, we prepare, we do our preparation, and we go and execute as you guys do. So if there are mistakes, we're humans. So as long as I can guarantee you when an umpire comes and do a game, you won't going to get anything wrong when it comes to playing conditions. Decision making, it's a faint edge. We might not hear it. A lot of guys think we are deaf or blind. So let it be. All right. So, but good luck with the games. You've gone through the playing conditions. It's very well written. Playing conditions. If you have any questions, anything, umpires will be there. Simon will have, he's our president, and we'll make sure that all umpires during your games will be all over the playing conditions, and you'll have a good experience. All right, good luck. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Now, may I please request our title sponsor from Grace International, the director, Mr. Vikanda Sapkota, to share some few words.
Thank you, Kunal. Distinguished guests, players, supporters, thank you for your valuable time. Regarding the title sponsors that we are thrilled and honored to be part and associated with the TNCA. The amount of effort they have done from the establishment for the betterment of the community, the harmony and the brotherhood or the sisterhood that they are creating among the communities, that's incredible. And we always need to support them, because they are not doing for their sake. They are voluntarily, they are doing these things. for our community. So Grace International Tasmania is always with TNCA and will always remain with the TNCA for such a great initiatives they are taking on. Like I have seen TNCA being from the small, small group of TNCA, they are organizing similarly small kind of events. Now I have seen the growth of that. Now it is not called an event; it's a festival now. Whatever the events they are organizing, that became a brand, and it's called a festival for us, and it has become. And that continuous dedications and hard work from the TNC committee members and the leader Kamal Bhandari, under his leadership, TNC has grown tremendously, and we feel privileged. We feel privileged to be part of that one. Thank you, and I would like to say all the best to all the players. Do well and make us proud. And what I feel is that some like our Qureshi, Mr. Qureshi just told that it's all about the respect. Respect each other and create the harmony amongst us. That's the motto of these kind of events. So let's make it like a festival. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben. Now it's time to hear from Mr. Simon Hicks, who will be giving us a few speeches as well.
You've only got half an hour, son.
Yeah, I do tend to waffle a bit. I'm probably even louder than Mohammed, so I'll leave that there. There's a few bowlers can attest to that I've scared the living daylights out of, as I've called no ball at about 3,000 decibels. I'd just like to echo what Paul has said, Mohammed. It is very hard not to be caught up by the positivity and the professionalism of what's gone on here. I've only, to be honest, known about the TNCA for the last 6 months, and I'm well and truly caught up in the excitement of it all. What I've seen this community do, this committee do, and having had the opportunity to be involved in the TNPL competition and invited by Bikesh the other day to try and source some umpires for the weekend, which we managed to do, which was fantastic, and move on. And we're hoping to incorporate the provision of umpires, dealing with talking to CT at the moment about that, provision of umpires for the competition on a weekly basis, so that we can provide you with the best umpires that we've got, and it, obviously it helps us as well. It gives our umpires further experience, and we can help each other. But it's fantastic to be involved. I'm very grateful that I've been asked initially, and asked to continue to be involved. I wish everyone all the best. Skippers, all about the respect. At the same time, if you've got questions, we're always happy to hear questions and explain. Most umpires are in the game because they're people who weren't very good at playing, like myself. So we just gave that up and went to the dark side. But if anyone asks us a question about the laws of cricket, etc., try keeping us quiet. We'll go on forever. We'll talk about it all night. I wish you all the best, and I think it's going to be a fantastic season. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon. And now, the grand moment today, we are going to reveal our winning trophy for the first ever Grace TNCA T20 League powered by Cricket Tasmania. To do the honors, may I please invite Mr. Paul Taylor, Mr. Vikenda Sapkoda, and our program coordinator and vice president, Mr. Vikas Sedai. I'll start the countdown, and on the 3, we will reveal the trophy. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everyone. Now Moving on, we are going to share some updates about the TNCA T20 League. So I would like to invite our program coordinator, Mr. Vikas Sedai, to share some few updates about the program.
Thank you, Pura. Thank you everyone for attending this press meet and going through all the annual calendar of the TNCA. First of all, I would like to thank you, the title sponsor for our whole TNCA season, the Grace International Migration Service, and the powered by On Track Tasmania. And I will go through some key points of the TNCA T20 League that's going to happen from this Sunday, 17th November. As we all know, 7 teams are playing, and it's going to be the double header. Like every team play each team 2 times. And as the tournament progresses, the top 4 teams will qualify for the knockout. And in the knockout, the first 2 teams, the first and second place team will play the qualifier 1, and third team and fourth team, they will play the eliminator. And the winner of the eliminator and the loser of the qualifier will play the preliminary final. And final will be played between the winner of the preliminary final and the qualifier 1. As we all know, the prize of this tournament is the $5,000 and the trophy. And for the runner-up, it's going to be $2,000 and a trophy. And there are going to be some other prize as well. Man of the series, best batsman, best bowler, and one going to be the fair play. I would like to request all the captain to play hard, and all the best for the tournament. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we are come to the end of this program. Now I'd like to request our TNC President, Mr. Kamal Bhandari, to deliver a closing note.
Thank you, Bro. Thank you for looking after me. I could have stood up there, I guess, but welcome everyone. A very warm good evening. Our distinguished guest, Paul Taylor from Cricket Tasmania, Simon Hicks from Tasmanian Cricket Empires Association, our advisor, valuable advisor, Dr. Mohammed Gracie, my executive committee members, TNCA, other advisors, as we have mentioned before, Prakash Apeti, Punampanda, Babu, Yopani De Portal, and the title sponsor from Grace International, Bikini Sakura, and On Track Tasmania. I think we have a representation from On Track Tasmania as Bipin, and all other sponsors representation who has shown here. I can see the commissioner from NBA Tasmania, and I can see the representation from the business houses, Sabi Council and Arjun sir, who's always been there for TNCA and the Nepalese community. And the exotic lane, who has been exceptional, not only today, as always, has been showing what we have been doing to all the world around, and the Josan Taba from Agri Solution, and whoever is watching us. I would like to, I think this is the closing note, right? Would that be fair to say welcome? I think everybody has already been welcomed. Thank you so much. I just wanted to express my sincere gratitude for doing whatever you have been doing and whatever you have been contributing, not for the TNCA only, but for all the cause, all the volunteering cause that goes in the community, for this wonderful passion. I think as we gather today, I think this is a very proud moment from the association point of view as we are embarking this wonderful milestone, and as you can see, there are quite a few exciting programs that we have presented or proposed in the calendar, and the Grace TNCA T20 League itself. This has been a dream not only of TNCA but all the associated cricket clubs and the players who are associated with us to play a league and to represent Tasmania, and to create through the cricket what they have been intending to do since a very long time. I think without the support of and guidance of Cricket Tasmania, I don't think this would have been possible. So huge thanks to Paul and team for not only this year, since I think last 3 years that we have been working very closely to ensure that we also align to the strategic vision and strategic plan of Cricket Tasmania. And as Simon said that last year we were struggling with the umpires, and he stepped in and the magic happened. The problem solved. I think he's that kind of supportive, and we are, Simon, please, we are accept our sincere gratitude. We are really grateful for your support and for whatever you have been contributing for the association's vision and mission. And as we are very excited for another reason that we have Dr. Qureshi on board, who will be guiding us in every step that we take to execute our vision. Thank you and welcome on board, Mohammed. We are really fortunate and happy to have you on board. And the councils, the Brighton City Council and the Hobart City Council, who have been supporting, and other councils as well that we have reached out to execute, and we proposed what our vision is and what we are trying to do, and I think they have been really supporting as well. And I think you guys have received or you have been educated with all the updates of this year. I would quickly like to give you a bit of an update of what TNCA has been thinking and dreaming going forward as well. I think especially about the passion and the involvement that is associated with TNCA, which I think Paul, Simon, and Mohammed has mentioned, which the wider community has, all the stakeholder has seen, is the collaboration and the support that we receive from our community members, volunteers, players, cricket clubs, and the other stakeholders who are there in the community. That's really immense. I think that is the motivation that the executive team who are able to give their the precious time. It's all about giving the time and giving the effort and dedication to this volunteering work. And I think that gives us the motivation to contribute more, to give more to the community. All the support that we receive from the sponsors, from the the creating bodies and the community itself. So for that, I think I would like to again thank you all the stakeholders of TNCA. And I was talking about the grounds allocation. I think that is the most discussed topic with Paul. I think whenever we chat over the phone, whenever we meet, I think that's the one of the topic that we always discuss, how we can manage and how that can be organized so that we can travel in a sustainable way, in a sustainable pathway. So there has been a discussion going on with all the respective authorities and bodies to make sure that the Tasmanian Nepalese Cricket Association travels and runs and flies in a pathway where our vision and the Cricket Tasmania strategic vision is aligning as far as the cricketing fraternity is concerned. So for this season, I think we are starting from the Cornelian Bay, for which we are really grateful for Hobart City Council for their support, and the Brighton City Council has shown a tremendous support for us to be able to accommodate our games. I think most of the games will be playing within the Brighton City Council Wally Park Oval. For next year and going forward, to make sure that it's sustainable and the Tasmanian Nepalese Cricket Association continue doing whatever they have been doing, I think even today we had a really fruitful and wonderful meeting with the Department of Education. There was a Simon representative from the Department of Education, and Paul himself was there, and then we had a really productive discussion today about next year and going forward, how we can make sure that we provide to our cricket clubs and players what we are lacking this year, which is, as you all know, the facilities and ground. So definitely there is a progress, there is a discussion, there is the consultation going on, and with the help of all the associate stakeholders, Cricket Tasmania and the government bodies, the departments and local councils, I would like to assure you all that we are trying our best to make sure the Tasmanian Nepalese Cricket Association vision is endorsed, and we continue walking towards the pathway to make sure that we create a harmony and we promote the inclusivity and diversity in the community. Again, I would like to wish you all the best, all the participating teams, for the wonderful season, to be able to participate in the Grace TNCA T20 League, and all the other participants who will be participating in the programs that we are forecasting and we are proposing this year. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for supporting and being with Tasmanian Nepalese Cricket Association. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think now we're just going to open the floor for any questions if you have any. Our panel is more than happy to answer them.
I think we have the best man now to answer all the questions. So
Yes, please.
I will give all the privilege.
Come on, bring it along.
Yeah.
Any questions about the playing conditions?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just tell you something that lately has happened. So I'm fortunate to be picked for the WBBL that's happening at the moment. So you've got 80 minutes for an innings, right? So every team, the bowling side, should be able to bowl in a position to bowl their last over by the 78th minute. If you don't, then there's an in-game penalty that you need to bring one fielder in. All right? So that's just an in-game penalty. So when you start the game, the umpires will be able to advise you, because during the game you might get some allowances here and there. So the umpires on field will tell you at the start of the 18th over that you need to start your last over by such and such time. With that will be the 78th minute. All right. So once you start that, the finishing time for an out-of-game penalty is 83 minutes. So 83 is good, 84 is bad. So if a captain, you finish by 84th minute, there'll be a penalty. So if you incur 2 penalties, the third penalty is automatic suspension. So this is just to enforce that the game is played within the time. Otherwise, if you don't, then game can drag on. And that's something's been applied by Cricket Australia in the WBBL in the coming BBL season. So I thought it'd be good to introduce it to this level, so that the players take the onus and responsibility to finish the game within the time. Any other questions?
Are we changing sides every over?
That's a good question. I think since we only have one on-field umpire from the CDPL, and we have requested, as we discussed in the captain's meeting, the independent team, whoever is not playing on that particular day, will be giving 2 volunteers for the leg umpire. So for that reason, I guess we'll be switching every 10 overs. So we'll be bowling from one end, and after 10 overs, we'll be going to the other end. I think you guys are pretty happy, convinced. I think that has been reviewed by the man himself. I think that's what there are no questions, but feel free to ask if there would be. I'm sure there would be some confusion, I guess. But along the way as well, we always have that guidance, and that's why we're really privileged to have Simon and Mohammed and the other wonderful guys as well, who are there to support and to answer any questions. And as we know that this program will be successful with the collaboration, even if there would be any hurdles or any confusion in between. We will be consulting, and then there are people to help us out if we stuck somewhere. So I think it's just going to be the collaboration going forward as well, even if we stuck somewhere. So you can always ask questions. There are wonderful resources for us to, if there would be any confusion.
And the way that things are happening with this association, I wouldn't be surprised in a few years' time that this fellow brings up the third umpire facility. So, likes of Simon will go like, not my problem. Send it upstairs, So, yeah.
Thank you, Mohammed. Yes, we'll take that as a compliment.
If you want, we can test it this time.
I'm ready for it.
Would you have a camera outside? Could be a thing.
It's a bit there's a cost involved, so yeah, that's why you don't see that. Even for the women's side of things, for the Big Bash, it wasn't introduced till like the last season. So we brought the third umpires for certain games. This is the first year when the women Big Bash games, every game has got a third umpire. But again, not all games are fully DRS. There are some non-DRS games. When I say non-DRS, that there is no this business. Only third umpire will be adjudicating the runouts, the stumpings, checking front foot no ball for a wicket, doubtful catch, so fair catch we call it, or a boundary check. But when it's full DRS, that's when they go upstairs. And it's an interesting experience. Because umpires will go through their process, put their finger up or say not out, and the players will just go like, yeah. So when you do that, and I've been in a situation where you're confident, you do this, and then they start chewing the, where the front foot check, where the ball pitched. So at the end, when the third umpire says, oh, yeah, pitched outside off, impact in line, wickets hitting, go to the on-field umpire, Mohammed, and stay with your decision. Your confidence just goes high. Yeah, that's out. Otherwise, it's your heartbeat just goes really, high because, oh, gee, is it right or not? So. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, I always wonder, how would that feel to the umpire if they have to overturn the decision?
It is this
What
stuff.
happens when you're back to back?
Yeah, it's it can be possible, and same with the third umpire. So it's easy for if I get into a position, it's a tight run out. As a gut feeling, I think it's out, but I'll still go upstairs. So when I do this, the third umpire, he or she has to juggle things straight away and just acknowledge the on-field umpires. Go to the TV director, ask them to put the right clips and all that, and then make a call. So and there's a guy called match referee who's watching how the third umpire is doing. I had a couple of weeks ago a DRS game where I clearly told the director that the batter has made a ground. I'm satisfied. My decision for the big screen is not out. I repeat, not out. When I said that, they showed out on the screen, and you think, oh. I said not out. Yeah, I said not out, and then they changed it. So the crowd was like, "Go boo!" So yeah, it's just experience.
And everyone likes the umpire.
Yeah, umpire is having he's on. Anyhow.
Anyway, already I think we are.
So when we do all those things, is that wasted time calculated?
Yes. So when I start, let's say on-field will go this, so I have to acknowledge that. I'll stop the watch, the clock. I'll go through, acknowledge your decision, go to the director, go through the clips and show me the front foot, show me the whatever. And when I've just made my decision, that's when, I'll restart the clock there. Not restart, I mean just, I'll calculate the allowance and that, So when you guys will play, if there's any allowances, the umpires will calculate that and then give you a number at the 18th that, your finishing time for an in-game penalty is this, and then once you have done this, they'll tell you you need to finish by such and such time to avoid the out-of-game penalty, which is specifically for the skippers. So,
fantastic. I think if you guys are happy with everything, if there are no questions, thank you so much, and we will quickly do a quick photo shoot, I guess, and then we'll wrap up.
I have one question.
Sure.
We have.
Sorry, I'll make you an umpire. I'm telling you, I'll take you.
So we have playing 11 team, right?
Sure.
In the team. So how does it work with 12 men that I raised in the group as well? So will that has to be from
Yes, the
Or
yes,
can be
I
from
think there is a
non-native
chemistry. It has to be as we have the number of you can only have 3 from the non-Nepalese background. So for the 12th man as well, it has to be the Nepalese background because in terms of if they have to switch with the what do you call I'm not sure what exactly. Yes, if it is injured, if we have to replace that player so that he is able to ball and bat as well, like to like replacement. What do you call that? So if that situation occurs, there will be 4 numbers. So that's gonna conflict the situation. So it has to be the bottom line. It has to be the Nepalese background person for the 12 man as well.
Yeah, that's more sort of a playing condition.
Yeah.
So we talk about, I brought the blue book. That's laws of cricket. So that's the big umbrella. And I think people normally don't know. So what ICC will do, take those laws, drive them into the playing condition for Test cricket. Take those laws, make the playing condition for one day or T20s. So, for example, the laws of cricket will talk about there will be a lunch interval. We don't have lunch interval in T20, right? So we override that playing law in the playing condition. So I think that's something was discussed in terms of so different levels have got different sort of arrangement. When you talk about just substitute, it can be anyone basically, as long as there's an arrangement. But I think this is specific for a playing condition where you need a Nepalese background person to represent or which has been nominated before. So that's something probably Kamal can just.
Because I thought like the 12 man just has a role to replace fielder. He doesn't have a role to ball and bat.
Yes.
But in that sense, I was thinking, is that fair to just include Nepalese or whoever can be 12?
So I think in any situation, I think Mohammed, if you would be, if you can give me idea, is there any situation where the fielder can be a substitute fielder can bat and ball as well?
Yeah, laws of cricket. Let's talk about the laws of cricket. Laws of cricket says that substitute can be anyone, but what substitute would not do, cannot bowl, cannot bat, cannot be a captain, and cannot be a runner. Previously, cannot be a wicket keeper, but that has changed now. So substitute can be a wicket keeper.
So that has changed.
Yes.
I've seen one example in I think it was a Test cricket where one of the player who got injured who had not batted and then he really injured badly and then they had to replace with one of the fielder which I think they allowed him to bat as well.
That's concussion substitute.
Yes, concussion.
Yeah, that's a separate category. It's not specified in the playing condition about concussion substitute. So because anything not specified here, we think it's laws of cricket. So I'm giving you a sort of laws of cricket background that the substitute will bring in, unless if you want that substitute to bat or ball, then that needs to be added in the playing condition.
Yeah, I don't think we will.
Be adding so in that case, if you're not adding that, we automatically take the laws of cricket. Laws of cricket, the substitute can do anything other than those 4 things I said. Can't bat, can't bowl, can't be a captain, cannot be a runner.
I think that question I don't think we have added in the playing condition, right? We will add that in the playing condition and then we will circulate that again to you.
That's what I found in the constitution.
Okay.
Whether the 12 person has to be
Understood. So just to give you an overview, I guess for this season, what I have done is because our constitution and our mission says that we will be promoting and giving a platform to the people from the Nepalese diaspora. For that reason, I guess there is a number, there is a cap, same as the IPL. There is a cap that only 5 people or 5 players from the non-Nepalese background can be in the squad. I think that was the question in relation to if that player, the 12th man, if that player can be from the non-Nepalese background or it has to be Nepalese. That was the question. So because of that equation and chemistry. Because we also have to give a platform and make sure that they're getting the platform to execute whoever are from the Nepal diaspora. At the same time, we want to open the door for the diverse community as well. So there is a equation as of now for this this particular season and this particular tournament. So we have that number. You can only have 5 non-Nepalese players in this one.
Yeah, so that's something a management decision, but I think good question. So something we can consider for like when we do the playing condition for next season, it's specifically is written. So thank you for that. But I wouldn't forget, I'll take you. Once you finish playing, making an umpire, I'm telling you.
So my next question, sorry.
All right. You guys can all go. It's a one-on-one session now, guys. So, yeah.
I want to go.
No, that's fine.
So in terms of retired hurt.
Retired, yeah.
Yeah. So when person retires, goes back to terminal,
Hmm.
and if he has to come back,
Hmm.
why do we have to get approval from opposite captain?
There are two types of retire. It is retired out and retired not out. So, for example, I'll give you an example. Years ago, there was a test series between Australia and Pakistan played in England because they couldn't play test series in Pakistan. This is, I think, 2009-10. There was a practice game. Aussies played against Pakistan. Ricky Ponting made 100, and he thought he had enough. He's going off. He didn't get dismissed or anything. He went off on his own will. That's retired out. You know, he wasn't hurt or injured or anything. So if there's a retired, like for both occasions, I'm just giving an example of what retired out. Retired not out is someone gets injured, they go off the field. In both scenarios, that's more sort of a courtesy to get the captains. Actually, for retired not out, they can come after a batter gets dismissed or gets injured. The other injured player can come in. But for a retired out, it's specifically for the captain to allow. So in Ricky Ponting's example, when he thought he has enough, he went off. He could only come back when the Pakistani captain would have said, yes, I'm happy for him to come back. Otherwise, no.
So my question is, so for example, if the batsman pretends that he is having a dizziness, and he's thinking that I'm feeling dizziness, I'm trying to get out of here, statistically, he wants to get out of the crease, and bring another batsman in.
Sure.
By the time he plays and he gets out, he's recovered there. Can he come in?
Yes. So we are not doctors or medical practitioners. So what we do is we take their words, and then we will. If someone is unwell, we'll let them go off, and then basis on retired not out, and then they can come in when a batter gets out or someone else gets injured. They can come in.
So that's why my question was, can we make a bottom line constitution that retired hurt, they can retire hurt in this tournament, go back and bring other player, because there are loopholes that they can say they can pretend anything to be retired hurt.
No, excellent point. Because someone just says like, "Oh, I'm not."
So why do we have to make this all, captain call, and there will be a lot of conflict?
I think we can make it. Excellent point. I think we need to add him for the next year's playing condition as an advisor, because it's a brilliant point. Excellent point. I think there are two types of injuries. There's a physical one which you can actually see external. There's an internal one. So we can specifically say if it's an external one, that's an automatic. Someone starts bleeding or something, we can see it. But if someone pretends, and there can be a lot of drama, kings and queens, so we can just make sure. So we can add that as a specific playing condition. So, no, excellent point.
And also, like,
please note these down so that when we have a second discussion, we can,
That's why, like, in the previous, while I was speaking, I was talking about the spirit of cricket. So I think if we have a spirit of cricket, then we, by ourselves, I think we should not pretend this kind of thing in the field. I think I believe that will be a better solution than.
So it's good to have these loopholes away from so there's clarity. At this point in time, it's the first sort of proper playing conditions. We obviously will be, based on the observations and the sort of umpire's feedback, if something, things goes wrong, I think we can sit down and add these things specifically.
Because rather than making too much drama here, even on field, off field, why can't we make a bottom line? Anyone can retire and bring other batsmen like they do in Hong Kong Super 6.
Playing condition. So if it's okay by the management, by all means, as long as it's in the playing conditions,
So we will review that, and then we will be sending the updated, but definitely we will be adding that, the previous one, the playing conditions, and we'll circulate to all the cricket clubs.
Just one thing about if the three players, non-resident three players, non-Nepalese three players, they can put a 12th man as a non-Nepalese, right? What happens if like we put two non-Nepalese in the playing 11 and we put one non-Nepalese in the 12th man?
Yes, I think if that is making 3, then yeah, we can, I guess. As long as it's not going above 3, including the 12th man, that's fine.
So it has to be 3 non
Including 12th man, including 12th man, yes. Yeah.
Brother, bring more questions. I'm loving it. Seriously,
I didn't
nah.
have time to read all, but I just went skimming all this.
You're ticking all the boxes for becoming a good umpire, I can tell you.
He's on to it now. You have to be umpire next year. Any questions? I guess we're getting there now. All good, please. Let's take a quick photo. I think if I can ask everyone to be at the front, and then we'll take a picture and we'll wrap it up.